Alright, so this is the motor for the LeBlond lathe. And this is not the ideal setup that I would like to use to test this, but this is a three-phase motor. I do not have three-phase pulled into the shop, and I run my mill off of this phase converter. And what I've done, I've got in here and checked all the wiring to make sure nothing's shorted. I've just got it wired into the phase converter, and there's Tommy. We're going to do this kind of the dangerous way. He's going to flip the breaker, and we're going to see if this fires up. So at first he's going to flip the breaker on and right back off. And we're going to see if there's any firework. This is not the ideal situation, so don't troll me too bad for that one. Alright, Tommy, just flip the breaker on and back off. Alright, so it fires up. Doesn't sound too bad. It didn't really kick around a lot, so we don't have to worry about that. Go ahead and turn the breaker on and let it run for a second, Tommy. Just a few minutes. It's quiet. You can definitely hear the bearings need some lubrication. Of course, this motor's probably the original to the lathe from 43, so not a lot of excessive vibration. I think we're going to have a good motor here. Go ahead and turn it off, Tommy. We're one step closer to getting this machine up and running. Alright, so we're back in the shop today working on the motor. Started cleaning it up. We're using a wire brush, a little angle die grinder here. Just initially, it's cleaning up pretty good. I did just take a wire brush and scrub off most of the worst stuff before we got onto it with the power wire brush there. A few things we are doing to it. These wires, I'm putting shrink tube on. They're old cloth covered wires with a natural rubber interior. And this natural rubber starts cracking and gets crispy after a while. So we're covering those with shrink tube just to keep them from arcing, because I don't want to get in here and rewire this whole motor. And it'll work out good. They won't arc to anything. Even if they do break, they'll only arc to the wires that they're hooked to anyway inside the shrink tubing. Got the power box off. Got it sandblasted where we can paint it. That's the wire off of it. It's in an armored sheath. We'll replace that. Tag off of it. Kind of hard to see there. It's a Master alternating current motor, Master Electric Company. It was originally black. I think I'm going to paint it red because I'm going to go black with the motor. Just give it a good contrast there. We're going to finish cleaning this up, fix the wires, and then we will paint this, get it looking real nice, and be ready to mount it on the lathe. I'll bring you back when that's done. Okay, we have it painted. We taped off the pulley and the wires, and it did have a little emblem right here in the middle that we have some tape over. It's hard to see because the tape has been painted, but we'll pull all that off. This is in the no touch phase because it's drying. We've got the little power box that goes on it painted silver. It's drying, and the tag we've painted red, and we'll have to sit and work with that to get it off all the high spots where you can read it. But that's it. Ready to go on the machine almost. There it is mounted. Done with the motor. Just kind of waiting now for the rest of the machine to go together. We slid the went ahead and slid this headstock on there and bolted it down. It'll be easy enough to paint on the machine. This one was much better. I'll remove this. This one, if you can see it in there, still has a broken tooth on one gear. But we have located this gear cluster, and we're gonna swap all that out. We are still gonna go with this headstock. It's a lot cleaner, a lot better shape. And the headstock that was on this machine, this gear cluster was bad. The gear cluster we're gonna replace in this one, this gear was missing entirely, and someone had replaced it with just a sleeve to fill the space. And this main input shaft was bent. So it was pretty hashed up, which also made me worry about some of the other gears. If that much damage had occurred, there could be something weak in the rest of this headstock, or the rest of the original headstock. So we're going to go with this one that we found up in Virginia that took forever to get here because the freight company lost a pallet. As I told you in a previous video. But yeah, we went ahead and slid that on there. And this one, I'm not going to strip the paint on this. It's got a pretty nice paint job. It's smooth, and we're just going to clean it up really good and prime it, paint over it. It'll be fine. But we're going to wait until we take all this apart so we don't tear up our paint. And that's why it's gray and blue.